Okay, and if we think of the process, we call this process a diffusionless process. Diffusionless process. Why diffusionless? Which means the diffusion doesn't play much a role because it's a fast or slow process. We call it a very fast process. It's actually what people find is it's actually reached the speed of sound wave propagate within the steel, the solid. It can propagate as fast as 1,000 meter per second. If you think if I have a typical palm-sized material, that the whole material would transform within, wow, 1 millisecond. Really, really, really fast. Okay, within the grain. Well, fast. What we are showing here are the change of diffusion coefficient versus temperature. We said people find quite often they would occur within 1 microsecond. Well, within 1 millisecond, sometimes within 1 microsecond. If we think the time scale, that would not allow a change in composition. It would not allow a change in composition because the diffusion length, the square root of dt, d for diffusion coefficient, t for time, the square root of dt is our typical diffusion length. It's very, very short. If we look at the the diffusion coefficient versus temperature curve, and let's look at a number of 10 to the power of -10, right? Which is a very small number. The corresponding temperature would be between 200 to 300 degrees C. That's kind of like when you quench from 700 red hot to something like 200. Okay, you don't have to go to the room temperature. Just when you quench, the inside may take some time. Let's say quench to 200. The diffusion coefficient is roughly 10 to the power of -10 in the unit of centimeter square per second. Then if we say the whole process happens within 1 microsecond, what's the diffusion length? If you do an estimate, 10 to the power of -10 times microsecond is 10 to the power of negative what? 6, right? So combined is 10 to the power of -16, and you take the square root, you get the 10 to the power of -8 centimeter. 10 to the power -8 centimeter. That's how much? That's even 0.1 nanometer, which means within this short period of time, the carbon can at most diffuse how much? 0.1 nanometer. That's much less than your within a lattice parameter, which means the carbon cannot even move beyond the 1 unit cell, which means what? The carbon go or does not go? Does not go. Its carbon is still in there. Whatever carbon in there, it doesn't move. And the transformation process is already finished. Very, very fast. And people say it's so-called military type. Okay? Military type movement. Which means, okay, the atoms move fast and the atoms moves in a coordinated fashion. Not in the coordinated fashion. I don't say they move in the same speed. It depends. But they are in a highly coordinated fashion, not random. Otherwise, you cannot achieve it. Okay? And what people observe is quite often there's no secondary precipitate within the Martensite transformation, within the Martensite form. There's no cementite within the Martensite phase. Okay? So in terms of the feature of how does it change with time and temperature, people quite often call this process athermal. Athermal means it's not exactly thermally activated. It doesn't get faster by higher temperature. Okay, and actually people observe is the extent of transformation depends on temperature not so much on time. If we're going to plot on the left side the change in extent of conversion versus temperature, what people observed is at higher temperature towards the right, the extent of transformation would be 0. But as the temperature goes lower and lower, depending on how low we quench, the transformation quickly increase and saturate. And the beginning of that saturation, that temperature, people call it MS for Martensite transformation starting temperature. You can't call it starting temperature, which kind of means it's already finished. When you quench to MS or below, you can rest assured the Martensite transformation is completely done. Okay. On the other hand, if we look at the things on the right, if we plot extent of transformation versus time, extent of transformation versus time, we would have different curves depending on what temperature. If our temperature is relatively high, we end up with low transformation, a little bit low transformation Martensite. As we decrease our temperature, okay, the extent of transformation start from 0, okay, gets to something in the intermediate, and if we keep reducing the temperature to MS, the Martensite transformation temperature, or a little bit even lower, we would reach complete 100% Martensite formation. And the cutoff time, quite often, as what we illustrate, is very, very short. Within this process, within quite often 1 microsecond. And because it's so fast, that's why people say the rate of the transformation for every temperature is pretty fast, and it's not started much because everything kind of finished within 1 microsecond. Really, really fast. Okay.